Hello guys, and welcome to the game Rising World. Many people have been looking for a good updated tutorial on how to play this game, so I'm going to be sharing with y'all how to play it. And it looks like I have started in a hole. Alright, so let's just climb out of here. I'm going to probably be showing you about the first 20 minutes in game what you want to do. So, if you will check in your inventory by pressing 1 through 5, this is your hot bar. Typically, your pickaxe is going to be number 1, and your axe is going to be number 2. You can press I to check your inventory, and this is where everything you collect was stored. You can press escape or I to get back out of it again, and then you can pick up your axe and go chop down some trees. That's your main goal when you first start. Now be careful because there are bears out here, and I can hear one relatively close, so we're going to try to do this without getting killed. Oh, they're all falling down. All of it? Alright. So we're traveling back into the pit we started in. Now there are different types of trees in this game, and as well as the trees, you can also chop down stumps. The stumps take about 2 to 3 hits longer than it did to actually knock the tree down. So if you're clearing land, it's a good idea, and if you join a multiplayer server, people prefer for you to pick it up. And the way you pick these up is using your interaction key, which I believe is F by default, which I have rebinded to E to fit my gameplay style. Alright, as I said earlier, there's different type of trees. I don't know what they're called. I just call them like tall pines, because that's what they look like to me. And these are the tallest of the trees, and they yield the most wood. They also take longer to hit. These take maybe 10 hits to knock over, while the stumps may take about 12, give or take, because sometimes this can vary. The other trees, which are a little bit smaller, maybe take in between about 6 to 8 hits to knock over, and maybe about right at 10 to get the stump. So if you're just looking for a little bit of wood, you want to get the smaller ones because it's quicker. But when you're first starting out, you want to get the big trees if there's any around. Let's do that climbing. Let's see if I can show you some smaller trees, because these are the big ones. That right over there. That's a smaller tree. Oop, trying to do this without dying. There's a smaller tree. Yeah, about 6 hits. And about 4 to chop it up. And for time's sake, I'm not going to chop down all the stumps that I mine, but it's probably a good idea. And these are tomatoes. You can take these and plant these with a garden later. Or you can press your inventory key, make sure it's in your hotbar. You can hold it, and then right click, and you eat it. And it says down at the bottom, you have ate a tomato. Heard a bear there. Just at the bottom right corner of your screen, right down here, you can notice that you have the one on the left, that is your hunger, and the one on the right is your water. This color will change to a more reddish color, and the more severe your thirst is and your hunger is, the redder it will get. It will first go to like a yellow, and then an orange, and then it will go to red. Alright, so we have about 19 wood, and looks like there's a bear over there. So let's steer clear. The best thing to do is probably going to be to get about 28 wood logs. Oh, I fell in the cave down there. I'll just start with 25, and if I need more, then I will go and get some more. So let's find a good area to start building. Typically, a nice flat area is going to be the best for building and setting up your camp. But what I would recommend at first is a cave. The cave will give you shelter. Doesn't require anything to build. And you can pretty much just go into it and take it over. So we'll head down to that cave where that wood fell in, or somewhere about the same area. Here we go. Oh hey, there's a nice flat area here too, and a bear. All right, so this game does have fly enabled. You can just press F2 and then space to go up, and then Control to go down. I believe those are the default keys, and then W, A, S, and D to move around as you normally would. Then you can press F2 to drop again. If you fall through the world, which is the reason why it's implemented, you can just press that and you can fly up. Or you can double tap F2 and you will teleport to the surface of any area you're in if you're underground. I don't want to live in that cave to start with because it is just straight down hole. We can't really live in it. Ooh. There's a sleeping bear. And animals sleep in this, so it's very nice, but they wake up randomly, so it's not just you get too close and they wake up. They'll just wake up at random. I'm just going to fly out of courtesy to make sure there's not a bear right here by me. Alright. Watermelons too. Watermelons are very scrumptious. What you can do is you can move this into your hotbar, equip it, and hold down right click, and you can cut it. And then it'll tell you what you did. And there will also be kind of like tooltips at the bottom left corner of your screen next to your health. You will always see what you can do with different items, at least in this current version of the game. And then you just right click to eat like you did the tomatoes. And along with food and water being able to... Food being able to fix your food and water can also fix your health. And there's my locker room there. Alright, so I like this area. I think we'll start building here. Just flatten this out. Alright, this looks good. So, to go into crafting, you just open up your inventory, and there's two tabs, inventory and crafting. The first thing you want to do is general will show you the different things you can craft in the general section. Then resources, the different resources. Lights, we can only craft one type of light at the moment. And then crafting stations. Crafting stations are the first thing we want, is this right here. However, this is kind of like grayed out, shadowed, which means we can't craft it. This shows you in red what you need and what you don't have. If it was green, which I'm about to show you, then it would allow us to click this crafting button. Right here, you can fix the quantity. We only want one, so we'll keep it at 1. Alright, so we need to get 16 lumber. So we want to go to resources, click on lumber, and it'll say right here, 1 piece of log is required to make 4 lumber. And this is not shadowed out, so we can craft it. This right here says how many pieces of logs we have. So we have 26, so we need 16, so we'll do 1, 2, 4. This will give us our 16 we need, and we just craft. Or we could have just kept this at 1, and then click that 4 times. Now we go over to the crafting station. Tab, and we can see workbench. Now we just click craft object, and as you've seen, it is green now. So just craft. Just drag this wherever it's comfortable. That looks good. And then you hold down right click. We have now placed a bench. This is how you start the game. Then you click on it, and you automatically have a crafting tab. And you have even more stuff, including the previous stuff. So we're going to go to crafting stations. Our goal in the game is to have 3 crafting stations to start with. That's your main thing. You want a workbench, which we already have, block bench, and a salt bench. These are our goals. So we need 48 plus 32 more lumber. So we need 80 more lumber. So let's see if we can make that real quick. Where are we gonna make it? Yeah, 80. Alright, so let's go to crafting stations, click on the block bench, and click on the salt bench. Alright, so same thing as earlier. I'll just right click this. Good thing about this game is you can put it on curved surfaces, or slanted if you want to be more technical. Oops, sorry, that was the console. Alright, so to rotate blocks, you use your arrow keys. So do this right here. We'll kind of angle it right there. That looks about good. Cool. So I'm going to go into detail on both of these. This right here, a lot of stuff. This is going to be more of your decorations, your doors, your windows, all that kind of stuff. And it has not everything, but mostly everything from the previous workbench. Let's see, you have decorations, you have tables, all sorts of crazy stuff. You can go into this on your own later. Right here, this is your block bench. You can favorite things, and that way you don't lose them when you're starting to build stuff and you run out of resources and you need to make more, because there's a lot of stuff, as you can see. Like this one right here. Let's see, where's a good one? Wood blocks, yeah. See, you can just keep going. So what you do is you just click on it, and you click on this star right here, and then bam, it becomes golden. You can go to favorites, and it shows up at the bottom. Then you can click this again to unfavorite it. It disappears. Let's go to wood blocks, and it is no longer favorited anymore. Sorry, that's the one we're looking for. Even though it still showed up as marked. Alright, so let's craft us some stone. I'll use this one. As you can see, it required stone. And then we have this one over here, which actually requires wood and blocks. Not the lumber you made, the actual logs. And it makes 6 per log. So we'll make some of this one. I like this one. And we'll build us a nice little area to start in here. And this is how building works. And then you can also hold down the left click, and bam. Then you just right click, and it makes it. That is how building works in this game, which I can go into more detail later. But this is how you start the game. You want to be able to get these 3 crafting benches, so you can start building your own stuff. Because I don't have that many resources right now, I'm just going to... You can press G and open up your crafting grid. And if you press the minus key or the plus key on your keyboard, as I'm about to show you, minus makes it smaller, and smaller, and smaller. Plus makes it bigger, and bigger, and even bigger. We're going to go with this one. I like this grid. Now, if you hold down Shift and use the left and right arrow keys, you can make it bigger. So I'm going to make it fit the block, and then... Oops, wrong place. Right there. Right click there, and then right click there. It's not much, I'm just teaching you all how to build the basics. This is just how to spend your first 20 minutes in the game. Right? This is just so you can get started and then learn the other basics later. Now, the best thing to do is to go into this one. You usually have lumber. Oh, I do not have any more lumber, do I? Alright, well, I'll just go up and craft a tree. I'm just going to fly up here, makes it easier. And we'll chop down a smaller tree. That just needs some wood for now. Alright. Let's go into this one. Let's make some lumber. Make some 6. Go into the lighting. A garden torch. This is your best friend. Make one of these. Requires 8 sticks. equipped it, find a good place where it's no longer red, and hold down right click. You now have lighting for when it gets dark. And you can do this throughout the area. The next thing you would want to do is you want to start work on a furnace, which you can find under this one. And this is a more advanced thing. This is not what you want to do in your first 20 minutes. I'm just giving you all a preview so you can see what to do. The furnace, it requires 128 stone. I have 10, so I have 118 more I have to go and dig. And you get roughly about 2 to 3 stone per hit on a block like this. So it doesn't take too long. And then you would either want to continue building into the cave, because right now I'm just here for protection. That's all this area is for. But then you can move up, move out. I'll just fly up. And you can build in nice pastured green foresty areas like this, which is your goal. And that is pretty much it. There are tools that allow you to get rid of grass and allow you to plow the land and stuff like that. Those will be explained in later tutorials. This is just how to spend your first 20 minutes. I hope you all learned something and can use it, and I hope you all enjoyed this. See y'all later.